Coming up, devastating tornadoes, those deadly twisters hitting Tennessee, Illinois, Missouri, Arkansas, and Kentucky, leaving a historic trail of destruction in its path. More than 70 people feared dead, many at a factory where a roof collapsed. We have the latest from officials. And battling the burn, crews in Moore County continue to fight that wildfire there. How much is burned, and is the fire close to containment? Details next.
Also tomorrow we have red flag warnings once again, so that critical wildfire threat returns. We're checking out the 7-day forecast in a moment.
Live from your local news leader, home of the #1 10 p.m. newscast on the High Plains. KAMR Local 4 News at 10 starts now.
It's being called the deadliest tornado outbreak in years. The loss of life and property is devastating. Thanks for being with us tonight. Across 6 states, widespread death and destruction brought on by heavy storms last night. Neighborhoods in Kentucky, like this, completely leveled. From a candle factory to an Amazon warehouse to a nursing home, the death toll rising in that devastation. The most deadly tornado believed to have torn through 200 miles across 4 states, one of the furthest ever recorded. The search for the missing still continuing tonight. NBC's Jay Gray is covering it all from Arkansas.
Lightning reveals a massive funnel overnight. Daylight reveals the devastation left behind. Deep scars littered with debris from wrecked communities across 5 states after a string of reported tornadoes, 3 dozen or more, reducing homes and buildings to crumbled brick and mortar. A mess that stretches across the Midwest and Southeast. But this twisted metal, splintered wood, and shattered glass isn't the real loss here.
By the end of today or tomorrow, we will be north of at least 70 lives lost here in Kentucky. I think we will have lost more than 100 people.
The confirmed numbers aren't nearly that high, but teams fear what they will find as the search and recovery continues.
Somebody described it as a war zone. That's kind of what it looks like right now.
Survivors describing that battle with Mother Nature.
The windows start breaking, dogs flying through the air. I didn't know what to do. Walls feel like they was caving in. It was very scary.
It was a cold front colliding with unseasonably warm temperatures that sparked the severe weather. Now on the backside of all that, the temperature is falling. A lot of families tonight across the region not only wondering how they'll stay warm, but where they're going to stay. Jay Gray, NBC News, Manette, Arkansas.
All right, Jay, thank you. Governor Greg Abbott has approved 10 Texas A&M Task Force 1 personnel to go to Kentucky in the wake of those tornadoes. The request came from FEMA. They will join other teams from around the nation to help with the rescue and recovery response. The governor asked all Texans to join him in praying for those impacted by that severe weather. An update now on the Twin Creek fire burning in Moore County. According to the Texas A&M Forest Service, the fire is estimated at 3,000 acres and is 60% contained. Crews say today's plan was to ensure lines are complete and secure to prep for tomorrow's conditions. And speaking of those conditions, are we looking at another day that will help fuel those wildfires on the High Plains? Here to answer that question, Chief Meteorologist John Harris joining me now from the Weather Center. Good evening, John.
And good evening, Judd. Indeed, tomorrow as the wind blows, here we go again with that wildfire threat. In fact, until we see substantial rain or snow, anytime the wind blows, that wildfire threat will be there. Now tonight we have a clear sky and the winds will actually increase during the overnight hours. That will be a chilly start to your Sunday morning. Right now winds are out the south at about 5 to 15 miles per hour. We're at 35 degrees in downtown, a little bit colder up on Tascosa Road, out at the National Weather Service 35. At 11 p.m. temperature still hovering in the low to mid 30s. In the morning we'll wake up to a blustery cold low of 29, 11 a.m. windy and 55. And again, lots of wind tomorrow, wildfire threat, plus we'll check out that 7-day forecast. Judd?
All right, John Harris, thank you so much.
You bet.
Looking now at the latest coronavirus data across the High Plains, facts not fear tonight at 10. 50 new COVID-19 cases were reported today. There was also 1 new death to report. 32 new recoveries brings our total active cases across the area to 7,474. Here are some places you can go to get your coronavirus vaccine. Monday through Friday, the Amarillo Health Department is open. They have doses of Pfizer and Moderna available. You can also go to the mobile vaccine clinic. The next one will be on Wednesday at the Region 16 on Cleveland Street. That is from noon to 4 p.m. It truly shows the scope of the Texas spirit coming up after a tragedy, banding together and inspiring inspiring America. And later, we'll check in with John for a full look at your forecast. You're watching KAMR Local 4 News at 10. Keep it right here.
From your local news leader, you're watching Judd Baker, forecaster Christian Rangel, sports with David Davis. KAMR Local 4 News at 10 continues.
A Texas-sized outpouring of support, marching bands and musicians banding together and inspiring America in a powerful tribute. Here's NBC's Kate Snow.
On the Friday before Thanksgiving, a bus carrying the Andrews High School band to a playoff football game in Texas was hit head-on, injuring about half the students and killing their band leader and driver.
It shook us to the core.
100 miles away, music store assistant manager Chris Wheeler heard the band had lost their instruments and might not be able to play in their annual holiday parade.
My idea was to have kids from our region, come in, march the parade, for them.
Did you think you'd just get a handful?
Honestly, yes.
Instead, about 1,200 band kids showed up from all over West Texas. A high school donated instruments to the Andrews players, and without ever rehearsing together, they all played Jingle Bell Rock.
Band kids do what band kids do. They just did their thing.
Lauren Settle came from more than an hour away to play French horn.
I kind of expected it to be almost a somber thing, but it was really a celebration of family and life and music.
Does it make you emotional?
It does. It does. I mean, this was the right thing to do no matter what. To try to help them know that, hey, life goes on. We still have purpose, and what better way to do it than through music and unity,
Unity that allowed the band to play on. Kate Snow, NBC News.
Next, bust out your tuba and play along with another band. How visitors at Westgate Mall were treated with a musical surprise today. But first, we check in with John.
And thank you very much, Judd. Temperatures, of course, getting chilly. We're talking about your Sunday forecast, which includes warmer weather, plus that wildfire threat. We'll check out that weekend forecast in a moment. We'll see you after the break.
Now, KAMR Local 4 Chief Meteorologist John Harris from your local weather leader.
And welcome back, everyone. Well, we started Saturday off on a very cold note this morning. Yesterday we had the 70-mile-per-hour winds and the blowing dust. Well, the dust settled, the skies cleared, and temperatures crashed into the teens and 20s. At Dumas this morning, 15 degrees, Dalhart 11, for our friends in Tucumcari 15, Borger 23, over at Clarendon 20. Right here in the city of Amarillo, we started out at 20 degrees. Now, from our Guyman camera, lots of sunshine today, but a chilly day. It actually felt like December. Temperatures were running mainly in the upper 40s and low 50s. Of course, we have the beautiful sunset occurring one more time at 5:35 p.m. All right, well, this is the weather watch that we have to worry about for tomorrow. We're talking about red flag warnings that will run from 11 a.m. up through 6 p.m. tomorrow, and we are talking about basically a day where you need to be extremely careful, just like we were yesterday. Now, the winds won't be nearly as strong as what they were yesterday. Tomorrow, the wind gusts will be around 35 to 40, but once again, follow the practices. Make sure that you obey all burn bans. Keep vehicles off of dry grass. Avoid activities with open flames or sparks. And of course, once the sun sets, the wind speeds will come down, the temperatures will cool, the humidity rises, and so that wildfire threat will be mitigated. All right, let's talk about the winds as of right now. Generally out of the south at about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Notice the winds during the overnight hours. They will continue out of the southwest at 5 to 15 miles per hour. It does become windy tomorrow afternoon, or at least breezy at noon. Southwest winds running at about 23, gusting to about 35, about the same at 3. Once the sun sets, the wind speeds will start to slowly come back down. Currently outside, we have a clear sky, and notice that we have a trough low pressure out to the west of us. This trough is what will allow the winds aloft to mix to the surface. We call it a momentum transfer, and anytime air compresses, temperature goes up, humidity drops, and that wildfire threat will be there. We don't have any energy aloft coming in tomorrow like we did yesterday. yesterday, so not exceedingly windy. So let's talk about our future sky forecast for your Sunday. If you can put up with a little bit of wind, it's going to be a lovely day. Temperatures will warm well into the 60s and low 70s, and on Monday the trough will actually weaken, and as a result we get the 70s for yet another day without the strong winds. So Monday will be a pretty day to be at work or school. Anyway, let's talk about how warm it was today. Again, it felt like December for our friends up at Dumas, 47, Guyman 49, Childress 53 degrees, over at Tucumcari 57, Clovis 51, and officially in Amarillo we topped out at 48 degrees out the National Weather Service. And downtown I saw 51 this afternoon. The average high is 52 and the record temperature is 80 coming in from 1939. From our Roy McCoy downtown camera, lots of starlight, a few planets in the sky. We're at 35 degrees, but when you factor in a south wind at 15, it feels more like the cold 20s. It feels like 26 degrees. Bundle up from head to toe. Day planner forecast for Sunday. In the morning, we'll wake up to a low of 29, wind chills in the low 20s. Temperatures will moderate into the 60s and low 70s during the afternoon. A windy day, but again, not a bad day. A high of 70 degrees. For our friends in Clovis tomorrow, we'll see daytime highs around 68, Childress 71, Pampa Canadian and Guyman 70, Dalhart 67 degrees, and then for Monday, really just a pretty day to be outside. I know we need the rain or snow, but we're not going to see. At least the winds will be lighter on Monday and a lovely day. 74 degrees in Amarillo, Childress 73, Hereford 72 degrees, and on Tuesday light winds and temperatures close to record highs. 75. Wednesday, here comes the wind again. The wind will be parched, probably more than likely a critical wildfire threat, blustery and dry on Thursday. A little bit cooler, but still well above normal at 65. So in the morning, we are waking up to temperatures in the upper 20s and low 30s around daybreak, and throughout the day tomorrow, again, a blustery day, but not a bad day. Highs around 70 degrees. Make sure you put on the sunscreen before you venture outside. 7-day forecast looks this way for the city of Amarillo. On Monday, we're at 74 degrees. Light winds on Tuesday will be in the mid to upper 70s. Windy on Wednesday. Temperatures falling back into the low 70s. Thursday, blustery and 65. Friday, not bad, 62. And for Saturday, a week from today, kind of chilly, feeling like December, but still, unfortunately, high and dry. 42 in Amarillo. Of course, you go to myhighplains.com and always keep it on that interactive radar. Check out news, weather, and sports while you're there.
All right, John Harris, thank you so much.
You're welcome. The
sound of Tuba is taking over Westgate Mall earlier this afternoon. Many tuba and euphonium players from across the region showcased their musical talent at the 20th annual Texas Panhandle Tuba Christmas. It was a concert filled with holiday music and was at no expense for anyone to enjoy. It's also that time of year again for students to walk the stage to get their diploma and toss their caps in the air. Today, the students, now graduates of West Texas A&M, were honored from their respective colleges. Congratulations to all those who graduated, and a special congratulations to that guy right there, our weekend director, Joel. He isn't here today because he got to walk the stage. We're so proud of him. And from one WT alum to another, well, two Davids right here. Go Buffs go. Speaking of David, let's bring him in for sports. David, some great volleyball played today at the north of here. Sorry, right?
Yeah, the 16th annual All-Star Volleyball Tournament was held there. Next in sports, I'll break down highlights from some of the great games that took place in that tournament. Keep it here.
Sports with David Davis.
Today was a big day for volleyball here on the High Plains as the 16th annual Texas High School Golden Spread All-Star Volleyball Tournament was held, showcasing the best volleyball players in the area. Let's start with the first semifinal game of the day, South in blue versus the West in black. It would be South's Avery Galt with the kill at the net, splits the defense, makes it 18-14 in the second set. A little later, West's Joey Pennington serving and Liv Sims finishing with the kill, makes it 20-18. West still down. South responding, though, as this time Julia Woolsey finishes at the net, making it 22-20. South leading. Following that, Kylie Williams serving. It could not be corralled by the West, so the South goes on to win the match in 4 sets, 3-1. In the second semifinal game, it saw the East versus North. Starting with the East, returning the ball here, but Curry Mershock there for the North. Macy Morrow with the kill, makes it 1-0. Following that, Mershock there again. But the East was ready, and so was Ava Hagen, who put it down to tie it up at 1 apiece. Fast forward now. Hagen serving down 5-3. Acosta Miranda with the dig, and Mershock with the powerful kill. The North would move on after taking this one in 3 straight sets. So it would be the South taking on the North in that championship game. Let's go to the 4th set. South up 2-1 and leading until Mershock comes up with another huge point to tie it at 23. A little later, North's Macy Morrow would tie it again. It's 24, so South would serve. Dig by Haley Fassett and Kylie Williams. Gets the kill, makes it 24-23. Match point now. Mershock floats it over. Dig by Paris Patterson and Julia Woolsey finishes it off for the win. South takes the championship in 4 sets, 3-1. Great volleyball there today. Let's move to the NFL, where the NFC East race gets pretty serious starting tomorrow. The Dallas Cowboys will play the Washington football team on the road. Here's Silver Star Nation's Mickey Spagnola with what the Cowboys have to do to come out on top.
Time for our Silver Star Nation keys to Cowboys Washington, noon Sunday at FedEx Field. The first key is no running allowed. Last year in 2 games against the Cowboys, Washington ran for 390 yards. This year, they're ranked 9th in rushing offense, averaging 125 yards. The Cowboys can't allow Washington control the game on the ground. The second key is passing time. When the Cowboys were averaging 31 points a game over the first 7 and going 6-1, they were hitting big plays in the passing game. To get back to that Sunday against Washington, the offensive line must give Dak Prescott time to be able to throw against a pressure-heavy defense. And the third key is nothing scrambled. Washington quarterback Taylor Heineke is most dangerous when he's creating something out of nothing. So the Cowboys with DeMarcus Lawrence, Randy Gregory, Neville Gallimore back on the field, along with Micah Parsons, must all get together for the first time in this game all season and stop all that nonsense. For the Silver Star Nation, Mickey Spagnola here at the Star.
That game will be held at noon tomorrow. And going into that, the Cowboys lead the East by 2 games. Washington, though, has won their last 4. It should make a great game, Judd.
All right, David, thank you so much. Keep it here. John has a final look at the forecast after the break. But first, here's Jackie Kingston.
Good evening, everyone. Join me tomorrow morning at 10 for our final edition of Politics Today of 2021. We are recapping the top 4 stories out of the political world this year for us here on the High Plains, plus a special report from our southern border. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 10.
And welcome back, everyone. Clear skies continued tonight. In fact, tomorrow we'll see a lot of sunshine. Now, there may be a little bit of blowing dust during the afternoon. Winds will increase out of the southwest at about 15 to 30 miles per hour with gusts upwards of 35 to 40. There will be a critical wildfire threat tomorrow. Please keep that in mind. Red flag warnings run from 11 a.m. through 6 p.m. tomorrow. At noon tomorrow we'll be at 63 degrees. By 4 o'clock, temperatures will moderate close to 70 right here in the city. Nice weather on Monday. Light winds, highs around 74 degrees. A little bit warmer on Tuesday. Winds running less than 15 out of the southwest, 75. Wednesday, here comes the parched westerly wind and the critical wildfire threat. Thursday, we're at 65, a little bit cooler on Friday. Saturday, week from today, chilly December weather, low 40s.
All right, John Harris, thank you so much. Download our weather apps and we'll keep you all up to date in case anything breaks tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody.